Hello, everybody. I'm Ken Tucker with Changescape Web. Today, we're joined by Anna Alt of LSL Finishes. How you doing, Anna?
I'm great, thank you. I got myself up, gotten going, watching the snow come down.
Yeah, I'm a little tired of the snow at this point. I hope we don't get too much today.
It sounds like it's only going to end up being 1 to 2 inches, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, that's more than I want. And I'd really like it to get above freezing and stay there for a while.
I think that's going to happen next week, so just be
Yep,
patient.
yep. I think it's going to be in the 50s even sometime next week. So, tell me a little bit about LSL Finishes.
So my husband and I own LSL Finishes. We've been in business with LSL Finishes for almost 5 years.
Okay.
But I like to tell people that just because LSL Finishes has only been around for 5 years, my husband has been in the industry for 22 years. He is a third generation union painter.
Okay.
And when I married him, he was a union painter. I thought we were going to have the union painter life, and I was very happy with it. 2008 happened and union fell on its face. So at that point, we had bought, remodeled, and sold 4 homes. So we opened up a general contracting company. And I consider that successful because I was a stay-at-home mom, paid all of our bills. We had plenty of trailers and tools, but we had no business owning a business. And what I mean by that, after 5 years, the work dried up because we weren't doing the back end. So my husband sold that company. He went to work for another company, and there he learned the business end of business. So at that point in 2013, he had never even had an email address. Like he
Okay.
had never used a computer.
Wow.
So he learned the business end. And then we decided to open up LSL Finishes after about a year and a half. And the rest, they say, is history. We started out LSL Finishes as just painting because he knew that industry like the back of his hand. We then, after a good friend of ours, he had also had his own company. His background was flooring. We added the flooring aspect because the insurances are very similar between painting and flooring. And then I say, because we're so kick-ass, can I say that on? Can I say
Sure.
that online? Okay. We became more of a general contracting company. So we market ourselves as painting, flooring, and general contracting.
Okay. When you say insurances, does that mean insurances for the business?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So, a lot of times people, businesses, small businesses in particular, will say they have full insurance. But
Mhm.
what really you need to always make sure is that any business that's in your home has workman's comp, because that is the expensive insurance. And I don't, not all companies have it.
Yeah.
So fully insured is very important to ask.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, how much of your business, just a ballpark, is painting versus remodeling versus flooring?
Well, if you would have asked me that a year ago, I
Yeah.
would have said half, 3/4 was painting and flooring.
Okay.
Probably of that 3/4, more than half was painting. But now it is truly, I would say we're doing more general contracting than anything. But I love the painting jobs. They're the one-stop shop, right? Um, so I never turn down painting jobs.
Yeah. 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 We work with a lot of painting contractors and home remodeling contractors. And, we really saw many of them in many parts of the country, still really thrive in 2020, even though it's been such a challenging year for so many people. And I think part of that was because, a lot of the work could be done outside, and that obviously is an easier thing for people who are concerned about COVID, to have plenty of work done outside. How did COVID affect your guys' business? Did it have much of an impact?
In the beginning, we did shut down for 4 weeks because nobody really knew what was going to happen. We
Yeah.
wanted to keep our guys safe. We wanted to keep our clients safe. Um, we ended up, after 4 weeks, reopened, and we haven't stopped since.
Yeah.
We've hired more people. Most people are very comfortable with us being in their home. We always ask if you would like us to wear masks, if you'd like our guys to wear masks. There's a handful, and we are totally cool with that. Really, the construction industry is nonstop right now. They say it's because people are home more, and they want to they want their living space to be beautified.
Yeah.
So no, 2020 was not a bad year for all of construction, including LSL Finishes.
Yeah. That's awesome to hear. Did you have to adapt at all to offer like virtual estimates or anything for periods of
Yes,
time?
and
Yeah.
that is one of the good things that has come out of COVID.
Yeah.
We give our clients that option because a lot of times we stop our estimates at 4:00 in the afternoon because sometimes they can go for 2 hours, and then it's 6:00 and my husband needs to be home, right? And if you're working full time and you can't take off work, you can't have that 8 to 4 schedule. And we don't do estimates on Saturday and Sundays. So if we can do a virtual estimate, let's do it. And obviously, not all jobs are able to be done virtually, but that is something that came out of COVID that we will hold on to dearly.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think that was a quick pivot that a lot of companies who continue to be successful made that adjustment. We've got companies in California that, it really has almost become the norm for a lot of, because they've had, pretty horrible situations. So, good for you that you were able to adapt and pivot that quickly because, I think that it's going to change the way a lot of businesses do business for a very long time and maybe forever. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. So you might as well embrace it, I think.
And if I may, there's something that truly has come out of COVID that what has been a game changer for our company. And what I do for the company, as a side note, I say that I eat, drink, and talk for a living. So don't ask me anything specific about painting, flooring, or anything remodeling wise. I just know that the people that we have in place, they do know everything.
Okay.
Excuse me. One of the things, and what I was going to say was, because I eat, drink, and talk for a living, I've been telling as many people as I possibly can this new system that we've come up with. And when I liken us to the DMV, everyone kind of cringes, like, ugh, what? The Wentzville DMV is the best DMV in the world. So just so you know, they have a really great way of, you get there, you get in line, and we will get to you. We just don't know when and how long because there's 3 people in front of you. So prior to COVID, it was really easy to tell clients, we will start on this date. The projected end date is 2 weeks later, because we didn't have our guys getting sick and having to quarantine. We didn't have problems with getting materials from wherever they came from.
Okay.
With COVID, our schedules went out the window because we had guys that were being forced to quarantine by the county. No judge. That's completely reasonable, right? We can't tell our guys, well, we have a job to do. We were having still have products that are either not in yet, and they're going to be delayed. So about 2 months ago, we were just feeling stressed because, you feel badly when you tell clients you're going to be there on December 5th, but we have the guy that was supposed to work on your cabinets, he's in quarantine.
Yeah.
So what we started doing is telling clients from the get-go, you are in line, you're 6th in line. And when jobs 1 through 5 are done, we'll give you a heads up, but that's when we will start your project. And we were kind of afraid to roll that out, but I will tell you, our clients and potential clients appreciate that so much because they get it. They realize the climate that we're in. So if I can give anyone some free advice this morning, it's stop trying to do the schedules like you did before COVID. It's not possible.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's a fantastic point. Yeah. So, what has worked really well for you guys? And how long have you been in business now as LSL Finishes?
Nearly 5 years.
Okay, okay,
And I've been working with our business full time for just over 3.
okay.
Prior to that, I was in the education realm.
Okay, all right. So, I mean, you've shared a couple of things that have worked really well for you guys. Anything else that you can think of, or any tips that you want to give our listeners in terms of, a lot of people are working from home, either partially or still fully. Yeah, I'm sure they're looking around their walls, seeing home office spaces that don't really work for them, that where they need some remodeling. Have you done much with home remodeling related to the office business?
Yes, we have. I think we've probably done 3 or 4 since
Okay.
COVID happened. For me, the first thing that comes to mind when giving pointers and advice, like I'd said a minute ago, Dan was on his own for about 2 years before I came into the picture. And he knew he needed somebody like me out in the world talking about the company, believing in the company, probably not knowing everything that you need to know about painting, flooring, and remodeling. But somebody that could meet people in the community, become a community partner, become the face. It was a leap that we took that we lost immediately. We lost my income. And then we gave ourselves a 3-month window of let's see what Anna can do. Me speaking in third person. Let's see what I can do in those 3 months. So I joined the O'Fallon Chamber first. I joined Little Black Book. I put my heart and soul into networking. So, and I told my family, I had small children and I had a husband. I said, let me do this for 3 months. Let me go to every event. Let me get there early, stay late, help clean up. And after 3 months, I read years ago, any new change that you do, give it 90 days or 3 months. If after those 3 months, you're not really feeling like it's working for you, make the change. But after 3 months, you kind of had the good, the bad, and the ugly. So,
Right.
after 3 months, I realized very quickly, and then, at 2.5 months, I was crying because I felt like I wasn't making any traction. After 3 months, people started remembering my name. They would walk up to me and say, hey, can we meet for a 1-to-1? After 6 months, I felt like I could say, that job might have come from my networking. After 1 year, I knew I was getting jobs.
Mm-hmm.
After 18 months, it was hands down, I was referred as the main painter in the county in almost any construction because I was out in the community. We stood behind what I talked about. The guys, my husband, our production manager, Aaron, our office manager, they could fulfill what I was promising. Like I was getting ready to say, it took a leap. It took money.
Sure.
If small businesses, especially a husband and wife small business, can see the value that someone that is truly invested into a small business, if you can get that person, the wife, the husband, the kid, to go out and be that face, it will make your company explode.
Yeah. Yeah. Visibility is obviously critical. It's, I'm not a great networker. I'm not comfortable doing it. I've been in the chamber, the Greater St. Charles County Chamber since 2008. And I did a lot of networking early on. The reason I do what I do, digital or inbound marketing, is because I can generate a lot of leads online. So that really kind of satisfies my personality. But you still have to get out there and you still have to do some things. And so you get what you put into, any networking organization that you're involved with. It's not just enough to sign up and become a member and think that that's going to rock your world. So let's talk a little bit about the Greater St. Charles County Chamber. How has that helped your business?
Well, and yes, I can see that you're not like the big networker like I am, but you and I did meet at a Greater St. Charles Chamber. What it was at the is it OPO? You were
Yeah,
talking about something. If it wasn't for networking, you and I would never have met, and you and I probably would not be having this conversation right now. We joined the Greater St. Charles Chamber about a year and a half ago when we got our first brick and mortar in St. Peter's, and it only made sense to join. I quickly realized what I love about the Greater St. Charles Chamber is, and I might be wrong, but this is my opinion. I believe it's the oldest one in St. Charles County. It has a great amount of older networkers with the new networkers like me. And I believe there's so much I can learn from the people that have been doing this for years. And the other thing that I love about the Greater St. Charles Chamber is anything that I have a question about politically, I can go to Scott, and he either knows the answer or knows somebody that does.
yeah,
And my favorite event that the Greater St. Charles Chamber does is the legislative lunch that is usually at PO's. I eat that stuff up because I love hearing. I always say it's like 10th grade government class in action.
yeah.
And a lot of people will join or not join, will visit, and they're like, "Oh, this isn't for me. I'm not in politics." But dude, you need to learn this stuff. So I have a lot to thank for that chamber.
Cool. Yeah, I I was doing the monthly marketing meetups at the OPO, so that's probably where we met.
Yep.
And I used to have my office down there uh, prior to COVID, and a great facility. I really enjoyed my time down there. Um, so, and that's me. That's my style. I can speak to groups all day long, but I'm an introvert, so it does wear me out. And even doing something like this for half an hour, just conversationally kind of takes a little bit out of me for a bit. So, but yeah. So let's see what do you guys have on the horizon for 2021? I mean, anything exciting? Are you launching any new services or any new product lines, anything like that?
No, nothing new. We are booking into April right at this point, so that's great.
Yeah, that is.
Thank you. And just continue. I think honestly, this new scheduling situation that we've come up with, I believe, is just going to make us even that much more the go-to because people know what they can expect. They can expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
Just fine tuning. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing out and about. And Dan, my husband, is going to continue estimating, and our production manager he's doing more estimating, which is really great. We have another company that Dan is also focusing on. So just, I think fine tuning in 2021.
Okay. Yeah, cool. So, tell me a little bit about, some projects that you think a lot of homeowners might be kind of thinking about, but really aren't sure how to proceed. Like, kitchen cabinet painting, I think is a pretty hot thing right now. And I'm sure a lot of people are weighing, do I do a full kitchen remodel? Can I just do like a refresh? What do you think about that?
Kitchen cabinets are all the rage. We have one of our guys does just kitchen cabinets, and I think he has 5 ahead of him. If you have decent cabinets, which we're in a rental right now, and I don't know if I can. We have those terrible honey oak cabinets that nobody likes anymore, but they're in good shape. If you are ready for that bright look, call us. I always tell people it will never offend me if you don't use us. It will only offend me if you don't at least give me a chance to let us show what we can do. And then also have us come in. we're going to let you know what, it's not going to work doing just a fresh on a kitchen cabinet.
Yeah.
You're going to probably need to do more. And here's about the price that you're looking at, because, you have to maybe refinance, get a home equity line. That takes some time, right? If you want us to come in 3 months before you think you're going to go down that, absolutely, have us come in. It doesn't hurt having us come in for a half an hour to an hour to give you an idea of what is possible.
Yeah. What about some of your favorite projects that you guys have done?
Well, we just finished the current mayor, Kathy Schweikert, in Lake St. Louis. We just freshened up her cabinets, painted the ceiling, and the before and after pictures of it just being so bright and beautiful. That's been one of my favorites. I'm getting ready to post that today.
Okay, cool.
Trying to think. Hey, Dan, you want to come say hi? You want to say hi to my husband? He's getting ready to leave.
Yeah.
This is Dan.
Morning. How are you?
Good. Ken
This
Tucker.
is Ken Tucker.
Excellent. Nice to meet you.
What is your favorite to date that we've done? Ooh, what about that house in Lake St. Louis? The Bush's house.
That's a really sexy one. Yeah.
So
George's bathroom is awesome.
So
probably the house in Lake St. Louis would show the best.
We finished this house.
Kitchen and 2 baths.
A kitchen and 2 baths, and it was so beautiful that we had a professional photographer. Please don't do that. He is in the Greater St. Charles Chamber, Patrick Sweeney. He takes beautiful photography, and we had him come in and showcase this house because it just showed amazingly. Wow. And again, it was the white cabinets, bright colors, not bright like as in colorful, like bright white. That's if anytime we can take something dark and dingy and just lighten it up, that's my favorite.
Yeah, cool. So do you guys take down a lot of walls?
We have taken down walls, yes.
Yeah. I've heard a little bit of now with people are spending a lot more time at home, and maybe working from home, that some people are regretting doing some of that, maybe as much as they had for a while. And I don't know if that's a true statement or not, but I thought that was kind of funny.
Do you know, I read in 2021, the new thing is going to be actual rooms for everything. So I go back to my grandparents' house that when you walked in, to the left was a dining room, to the right was the sitting room. You walked through, there was a designated kitchen, there was a designated living room, and there were just rooms everywhere. Well, that went away, 20 years ago when it was open, everything was open.
Yeah.
Apparently it's going back to designated rooms, and maybe that is because of COVID and everyone wants to have their own space with the locked door.
Yeah, it could very well be. So, well, cool. Well, thanks, Anna. I really enjoyed talking with you. We've got your contact information down at the bottom of the website, phone number, and your Facebook page. So I encourage everybody to reach out, talk to Anna and Dan and see what they can do for you. And, really enjoyed our time.
Thanks, Ken.
All right. Thanks.
Bye, everybody. Do I hang up or do you hang up?